Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk to you today about living. And I'm not just talking about the physiological aspects of it, breathing, brain activity, heartbeat, that kind of thing. I'm talking about really living, taking chances, trying new things, making yourself feel alive. You see, this is a lesson that I learned all too well. About 9 years ago, I had somebody who tried to take that right from me. I had an ex-husband who blew through a restraining order and broke into a house while I was sleeping at night. And by who knows what chances in the universe, my mom ended up being there with me that night and staying in the house with me. But if she hadn't, and we hadn't have fought him off, I might not be standing here today. So I survived that night, and I decided I want to be alive. And I mean, I really want to be alive. And I can do things that scare me. Because no matter how much that thing scares me, it's not going to scare me as much as what I've already survived and lived through. So I've tried things that have scared me mentally. I took up public speaking, obviously. I answered a job ad and took a chance with a job ad that I found on the internet, and I became a DJ and event host. And I joined Toastmasters to try to hone in on some of those public speaking skills that I wanted to try. There's some nights where I get to speak in front of groups of hundreds of people. And is it scary? Yeah, sometimes. But it's not as scary as some of the things that I've lived through. Well, perhaps because of some of the skills that I gained through the public speaking and Toastmasters, I did something else that scared me mentally. I ran for governor. Now, I don't know if you know anybody who's ever run for office, but most people start at a local level, city council, school board, county commissioner. Apparently, I don't do anything small. But you know what? My two truth and the lie game, I kill it at that. But there was a chance and a need for a candidate, and I said, why not me? So putting yourself out there for such a public position and being out there in the public like that, is it scary? Heck yeah. Well, was it as scary as what I survived? No, definitely not. I also took some physical risks that scared me as well. This past summer, I tried parasailing. Now, I don't know if any of you know what parasailing is, but you are 400 feet in the air with the only thing to save you from plunging into the ocean is a rope and a parachute. Now, there's some safety gear also in with that, but 400 feet in the air is still pretty scary. Still not as scary as what I survived, though. I also took up biking. Now, you might think, biking doesn't sound that scary. Well, I did my longest ride and probably the scariest one that I've ever done. I did 75 miles on the open road in Iowa, part of RAGBRAI this past summer. Now, there's a lot of risks involved with that. Dehydration, wrecks, there's cars driving up behind you. It can get a little bit scary, but still not as scary as what I survived. And lastly, I did things that emotionally scared me. Now, when you go through something like this, it can make you a little bit jaded or make you feel like you want to disconnect from people. Because when you trust people, that's when you get hurt again. But through this process and through the healing and everything that I've worked on with myself, I've learned to trust others. I've learned to trust myself. I've learned to love others and love myself. And you know what? I learned to let myself be loved. Is that a risk? Is that scary? It is. But you know what? It's worth it. And still, not as scary as the situation that I survived through that. Now, as you can see, I've decided that I do really want to live and that I can do things that scare me because I've already lived through the worst of it. I've done things that scare me physically, I've done things that scare me mentally, and I've done things that scare me emotionally. But through it all, I've survived through it, and I will survive through whatever else comes my way. And I would challenge every one of you to do the exact same thing. Don't wait till your life is threatened to start living it. Thank you.